A lot of my work on my comics is just drawing talking heads. By that I mean it's a lot of characters just standing around and passing information back and forth through dialogue. This means there isn't like much action happening except for characters like reacting and emoting about the new information they're learning. Now, these are some of my favorite scenes to draw. Part of it is because they're very fast and easy, which means I can like zoom through getting my work done for the deadline. I love drawing characters expressing and gesturing, and that's just my jam. Like I could draw that all day. And like working with Bones, I love all the dialogue he writes and the scenes he writes. However, if I'm not careful, these scenes where characters are just talking can turn out very boring. I need to carry my weight and make sure the visuals are cool. You know? Okay, so how do you make scenes like this interesting? Number one, be super dramatic. Okay, don't be super dramatic, but make sure when the time is right, when important dialogue is being brought across, make sure to highlight it with paneling that gives it its proper emotional weight. If your character's revealing that, like, someone got murdered, that panel better look interesting and unnerving and scary, you know? Provided it's a horror. Instead of just like a flat panel where you're looking at the character straight on and there's no background or something, like that's super boring. And especially if it's panel after panel of just looking straight on at the character with no background. Like, don't do that. Be super dramatic, highlight those focal points of like important information, you know? Mix up your camera angles so that they fit what's going on. That isn't to say like go crazy and every panel gets a new like camera angle. You want to make sure it makes sense and it stays understandable. Like you don't want it to seem like your characters are jumping around in the room and changing spots all the time, but you want to make sure that you're giving some visual interest throughout. So yeah, save the crazy angles for when something crazy is happening, but don't make every single camera angle the same. It's also important to show more than just the head and shoulders of your character. Show backgrounds, show where they're sitting in, say, the room they're in, whether it's outdoors or indoors, wherever. Show off the scenery around them. Use the scenery to like point to them and direct the reader around the page. Use full body shots, use mid shots, use close-ups. Change it up so that it's not the same panel over and over again. That's how you will make it boring, is if it's just the same. And make sure that your characters emote and clearly show what emotion they're feeling when they're speaking this important dialogue. Like I said, that's my favorite part. So I love comics when the characters are super expressive and the panel layouts are interesting. So yeah, just have fun with it, I guess. I think it's easy to just draw like the head and shoulders up and do the same panel over and over again. Because like I said, these talking scenes, they're very easy because a lot of it really will be just shots like that. But you don't want it to be boring. You want to push yourself to make it cool and interesting. You know, don't take the easy way out, even though it's very tempting, especially when you have a big deadline coming up. You know, use these scenes as an excuse to really flesh out the room they're in, you know, because you don't have to worry about, like, I don't know, crazy action going on and making sure that gets focused. So you can really just develop where your characters are at, like what environment they're in. You can make it a very immersive experience. So yeah, that's how you make those heck darn conversation scenes interesting. I mean, I find them interesting inherently because, like, you're getting all that juicy dialogue, but yeah, anyways. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or if you'd like to request a video topic, please leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm on day 98. We've got 2 more days to go. What the heck? Ah! Goodbye.